This wrestling old head is sending out an urge to Tony Khan to please, if you love professional wrestling, just let it go and move on. This wrestling old head has got a lot to talk about for Wednesday's Dynamite, where the Young Bucks will apparently share exclusive backstage footage from AEW All In, which is related to an incident involving CM Punk and Jack Perry. Before I get into that, like, comment, and subscribe to keep this thing going. I love talking about professional wrestling. I always have, and I would still love to share that with you guys. And I'd like to grow this community a lot more. So if you like professional wrestling, if you know what the USWA is, the UWF is, the NWA, WCW, WWF, even WWE, AEW, GCW, NJPW, all of them can come on in. Anything you're a fan of with wrestling, come on in and we can talk about it. And if I'm not familiar with it, I would love to be educated on it. That's what this is all about. That's why I always say wrestling fans united. Now, my plea to Tony Khan is based off of a part of history that I remember very clearly. And in that history, it was basically WrestleMania 14. Steve Austin won the World Heavyweight title from Shawn Michaels, and Mike Tyson helped him do so. And after that, WWF, at the time it was WWF Monday Night Raw, they went ahead and they started beating WCW in the ratings. And what did Eric Bischoff do? He came into the middle of the ring and he challenged Vince McMahon to a match. It was one of those, like, let's break the fourth wall or whatever, third wall, whatever that is, break the fourth wall and call him out. Knew he wasn't going to get a response, but it was only to generate a reaction. It was to generate a rating. It was to get more eyes on the product. And what it deviated from, in my opinion, was storyline progression and character development. It went out the window, and what you got instead was you got a bunch of people that were only tuning in for the shock value. And a lot of those wrestlers lost their momentum and got pushed to the wayside. And you saw guys like Kevin Nash get pushed, to the title again. Goldberg and Hulk Hogan, and it was just the same old guys at the top. When guys right floating around the middle to the upper card, like Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, Perry Saturn, Raven, those guys just were like, they were waiting for their opportunity and they never got it. Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, who eventually did get his opportunity, but it was far too late. So I know Tony Khan is a smart guy. I'm a fan of AEW, as I've said before. I am not a tribalist. I like all kinds of wrestling, and I will get into that in other videos. But what I'm asking from Tony Khan is to not get into this petty back and forth. Just let it go, because honestly, and what we're probably going to see in that video, in my opinion, you're going to see the security footage is it's going to show Perry and Punk getting into a tussle. Maybe Perry gets out of a chokehold or something like that. Maybe Punk doesn't put it on too tight because he's not trying to kill the guy or anything like that. But he gets out of the tussle. Joe breaks it up. Punk starts yelling and trying to get into Tony's face. Maybe throws a monitor. And that's it, man. It's not going to be anything crazy. There were no police reports filed, no lawsuits. Nobody got severely hurt or injured. So it's really not a big deal, man. And I don't think it requires television time that should go to a lot of the performers that are sitting on the bench waiting to get in the ring, to just sit there and have that be on the television show. That's just my opinion. I'm an old head. What do I know? And you guys are welcome to comment. I welcome I welcome you guys to be the contrarian opinion in this matter. I don't want you guys to agree with me. I want you guys to disagree with me, because I think that starts a good conversation and it keeps the thing going, because maybe I'm wrong. But I like AEW. I want to see them succeed. And their slogan is the best wrestle. And that's it. So if they're going to be the best wrestlers and if they're going to show the best wrestling, then they shouldn't have to resort to these tactics. But hey, that's my opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of WrestleMania. WrestleMania review is incoming. Wrestling fans, you stay united.